All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Mama. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the Car Corral by Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, today I'll be coming out with a lesson. The title of the lesson is the Lord will do nothing to all be fulfilled. The Lord is not going to stop anything from happening that He hasn't already set in motion. He's not going to disturb or mess with anything. Everything has been set up and it's been put in motion. And the Most High, He's not going to do anything until every prophecy has been fulfilled. So the Lord is going to do nothing until all have been fulfilled, or until all be fulfilled. But without further ado, I'm gonna get right into the scripture. This is Second Esdras chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. So the Most High is saying to his men, speak thou into the ears of my people. Who is his people? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the confusion of face, i.e. the speckled bird. He's telling his prophets to speak in the ears of his people and prophesy of these things that are in these scriptures. And the Lord has also said, I will put the words in your mouth so that you can speak. He says, and also cause them to be written down in paper because they are faithful and true. These prophecies, the Lord's words are very faithful and they're very true. There's not a lie in these scriptures. Nowhere. This is the Most High's voice. This is his words, you know. So these words are faithful and true. And it's a faithful saying that the Lord is, I'll get that scripture, but I'm gonna reference it right now. The Lord ain't gonna mess with nothing. Everything has been measured out, everything has been set up, and the Lord's not gonna do nothing until everything is fulfilled. He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna allow things to go like they've been going because it's already been set up to go how they are going right now. These prophecies are popping off left and right. People are still asleep, they're not paying attention. All these things will come to pass and continue to happen to all be fulfilled. Verse 5, I'm going to jump down. Verse 4, it says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. See, all the unfaithful is going to die in their unfaithfulness. 2/3 of our people are going to die in their unfaithfulness because they're unfaithful. They don't believe in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. They don't believe that they're Israelites. They don't want to believe, so they're going to die in their unfaithfulness, for not being faithful or true to the Most High. Because we are His people, we are His children. He is our Father, so we got to be true to Him. But again, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So the Lord is saying, I'm going to bring plagues upon the world. I'm going to bring sicknesses, illnesses, pestilence, all manner of ailments upon the world, and the sword and destruction, famine and death. These are prophecies that are going to come to pass. These are prophecies that I would say this is a prophecy as far as famine and death and all this and pestilences and plagues. I would say that's a reoccurring prophecy. It keep happening. Every time you look up, it's a shortage of food in one place. It's people dying in another place. So these things are going to keep happening. The sword and destruction. You hear about people dying in floods. China flooded, the Great Flood. I have a little lady friend. I was talking to her. She in the Philippines. She said they had an earthquake over there. They never had an earthquake over there before. So, these things are popping off left and right. These prophecies are popping off left and right. People are dying from being sick, you know. But continuing. Let's go to Second Esdras chapter 16. I'm gonna just jump straight to the point. I'm gonna just hit three real quick. It say a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? See, a sword is sent. That sword represents destruction, punishment. It represents amendment for wickedness. Well, that sword is sent. who is going to turn it back? It's not going to be turned back. These prophecies will fulfill themselves because the Lord sent them out to do this thing. He spoke of it in his words that it will happen, and his words will not return unto him void. They're going to go out whither so he pleases, whither so he sent them to do. These words are going to happen. Verse 5, it says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? See, these plagues are sent unto our people, unto the earth at this moment. Who is he that's going to drive them away? There is no man that's going to drive away these plagues. There's no man that's going to drive away the destruction, the sword, death, and famine. There's no man that's going to do this. No man on this earth is going to be able to drive these things away. And these are prophecies to be fulfilled. And the Lord is not going to stop any of these prophecies or do anything to disturb it until all be fulfilled. Now let's jump down 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. See, the Lord has said, I have sent these plagues out, and they're not going to return again until they have come upon the earth. Meaning, the Lord has sent these plagues out to do what they're supposed to do, and they're not going to go anywhere. The Lord is not going to take anything back until what? Until he has sent these plagues and different things out to do what they are supposed to do upon the earth, and they're not going to return again. I mean, once the Lord sent it out there, he's not going to do nothing else. He's not going to disturb it. He's going to let everything take its course and take its place as it should. 15. Verse 15. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. The fire is kindled, i.e. the judgment of the Most High is kindled. And he's sending his swords. Well, not his swords. His sword, which is his judgment and his punishment. And it's going to cause problems. And it's going to consume the foundation of the earth. Now you can also look at that as he's sending his swords out, which i.e. are these ICBM missiles. They're gonna create a fire that's not gonna be put out. You ain't gonna be able to pour no water on that and put that fire out. But the fire is kindled, meaning everything is getting ready. It's already ready. It's already prepped. And it's not going to be put out till it consumes the foundation of the earth. It's not going to be put out until judgment has reached. I would just say, for lack of a better term, its maximum capacity upon the earth. Verse 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So just like an arrow that is shot, that don't turn around backwards, the same thing applies to these plagues that are sent upon the earth, and they're not going to return again. Once the Lord sending this stuff out here, he ain't finna call nothing back. He ain't finna disturb anything. Everything's going to take its course, and the Lord is not going to do anything until all be fulfilled. So everything does what it's supposed to do, then action shall happen on the Lord's part. But continuing. Verse 18, I'm going to jump down. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils come? Now, this is Ezra's asking the question, but these scriptures, well, for lack of a better term, predate prophecies that are or I won't say predate, I would say foretells of prophecies that are going to happen in this time that we are living in. And right now, this is the very beginning of sorrows. We in the, they used to like to say the beginning of the end. Well, we at the end of the end now. I would say we at the red line. We in the end zone right now, the hot zone. And all these things that are happening, it's the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. of famine and great death. It's going to be the the beginning of wars, and the powers, which i.e. these governments, they're going to stand in fear because the beginning of evils is going to start to happen. This thing is only going to ramp up even more. It says, "Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment." See, these plagues, these famines, what I'm saying, and tribulations and these anguish, they are sent as scourges for amendment. They are sent as things for punishment, for being disobedient, for being wicked. Because 2/3 of our people, they're gonna get caught up in this. They're gonna get caught up, and they're gonna be trying to figure out why Lord this and this, that, the other, and Lord ain't gonna do nothing until all be fulfilled. These prophecies gotta take place. They're gonna take place because the Lord said so. He spoke it, and it's gonna happen. And go to Matthew chapter 24. There we go. Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 6 just to get straight to the point. And this is, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must first come to pass." So like, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So right now, we're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. But Lord saying, "See that you be not troubled." For the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children that believe. You're gonna hear wars and rumors of wars, but guess what? See that you be not troubled. Don't be bothered. Stay anchored and locked in Yahweh Yahushua. Stay prayed up. For all these things must first come to Salakia. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, all these things gotta come to pass, but even the things that are gonna be happening, the end is still not yet. It's still some things that's got to happen first. Verse 7: "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow." See, nations are going to rise against nations, kingdom against kingdoms, famines, pestilence, death, earthquakes in diverse places, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, everything. But just know, all these things are the beginning of sorrows. It's the beginning of sorrows. It's not, and when these things start to happen, the Lord is not going to do nothing. He's not going to disturb it, and He's going to allow it to do what He's going to allow these prophecies to do what they do. He's going to allow His word to come doing what they do. This is Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5, verse 18. It says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law to all be fulfilled." So let me get those definitions of the word jot and tittle, just so it can be a understanding of words. It's the first definition is jot. You know what I'm saying? When to write something quickly. And so basically nothing is going to pass away from these scriptures, the law, nothing is going to pass away to all be fulfilled. Now let's get that word tittle. That word tittle is a tiny amount or part of something. So not a damn piece of the Most High's word or all these prophecies. It's not even a tiny piece is gonna pass away or fall away. It's not gonna go anywhere until all be fulfilled. And it's a lot of things in these scriptures that got to be fulfilled and are going to be fulfilled. So again, this is verse 18 of Matthew chapter 5. "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled." So nothing is going to pass from these scriptures. Nothing is going to pass until all be fulfilled. go to Second Esdras, chapter 6. Let's go back to Second Esdras. This time, chapter 6. Chapter 6, verse 26. Salaki, that's looking at chapter. I'm going to read verse 20. It says, and the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened from before the firmament, and they shall see all together. So, and then the world of Babylon, the world of America, it shall begin to vanish away through destruction. And then when it be finished, then will these things be shown. These prophecies are going to take place. Salakia. Let me make sure I got it right. Second Esdras. Chapter 6. Let me make sure. Salakia, bear with me for a minute. I just want to make sure everything is in order. Okay, I wrote the wrong scripture. Salakia. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, Salakia, it was Second Esdras chapter 7, verse 26. It says, behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that is now withdrawn from the earth. So there's going to be a time where these prophecies are going to they're going to take place, and that time is now. But it says, behold, the time shall come that all these tokens, which I have told you, and the Lord has prophesied much. He has spoken, before a lot of things that's supposed to come to pass, they have come to pass. That bride shall appear. The bride is talking about the children of Israel, because the Lord, he likens Israel into a comely and delicate woman, a beautiful, lovely woman. It says again, behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. So they're going to see the deliverance of the children of Israel. That's another prophecy that's got to happen. It's going to take place. And they're going to see the Lord when he comes to redeem the bride, i.e. the children of Israel. All these things are going to come to pass. These tokens that the Lord has been telling us and letting us know, they're going to come to pass. And the Lord is not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything to bother it or disturb it or throw it off. And it's going to come to pass as he has spoken it. My last point, Second Esdras chapter 4, verse 37. It says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and doeth not move nor stir them, until the said measure be fulfilled. So by measure has the Lord measured the time. He has set everything up and measured everything out the way it's supposed to be. And he has numbered the days of the times that it's supposed to happen in. And he doth not move nor stir them. Meaning, once the Lord has set this up, he has set this up. And guess what? He's not going to move. He's not going to stir them. He's going to allow them to do what he set them up to do. Set these prophecies and his words up to do. Until the said measure be fulfilled. Once the said measure be fulfilled, then the Lord is going to make a move. After everything he has spoken come to pass, and everything that he has set up meticulously and carefully, then that's when the Lord is going to do what he's going to do. But before that, it's going to be plenty plagues, plenty pestilences, death, famine, destruction, and different things of the sort like that. And the Lord is not going to do anything to all be fulfilled. He's not going to move it. He's not going to disturb it. He's not going to stir it up. He's not going to throw it off. So these things shall come to pass. With that, Shalom.